Hello everybody, welcome to a new video, and along with the new video is a new draft league. I haven't done a draft league on this channel in like months. It's been probably over a year since I've done a draft league on this channel that I actually posted the videos on. But I have a new one here, and it's my first draft league in I had one in October, but before that it was a long time. So here I am. This is the NPBA. That's a tongue twister. NPBA. Actually, not that much of a tongue twister. Anyways, this is a brand new league. This is a BDS. This is okay. I have too much to say that I'm just completely butchering everything. This is season 2. I wasn't in season 1. This is season 2 of a BDSP double Uber. I think it's either double Uber or double OU. I think it's double Uber. This is their season 2. I wasn't here for season 1. This is my first season in this league, and you can probably already tell what my Pokemon are by looking at the screen, but one of them is incorrect. One of them is I put on accident, which it's technically not incorrect, but at the same time it is incorrect. It's not the Pokemon I drafted. But I'm gonna get right into this, and I'm gonna start discussing why I picked these Pokemon and just go over my draft, starting with my very first pick. My very first pick was none other than Metagross. This was the 4th overall pick, and I think this thing's pretty good. Let's take a look at its stats. It's got a massive attack and defense stat. It's a bit of a slower Pokemon, but I don't think that's too much of a problem. It's got decent HP, and its special side is pretty decent. It's not bad considering how good its physical side is. Its abilities are Clear Body and Light Metal. Clear Body makes it to where other Pokemon can't lower Metagross's stats, and Light Metal makes his weight in half, which I don't know how much Metagross weighs, and I'm not sure if that would be useful. Surely there's a certain scenario where using Light Metal would be useful, but I think most of the time Clear Body is the way to go. This thing's pretty good in doubles. It's got I think 4 weaknesses with its typing. It's got fire, ground weaknesses, and I think dark and ghost. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure those are its weaknesses. I'm hoping to pair this thing with some stuff. I'm not sure. This is my first time I've drafted Metagross before, but first of all, that was in a singles league. Second of all, I never actually used it in a battle because I didn't finish that league. So I'm excited to try this thing out, and I'm gonna see how this thing does with me, I guess. So yeah, this is my very first pick, Metagross. Now to my second pick. Alright, so next up, I picked Ludicolo. Since this is a snake draft and I had the 4th overall pick, I had to wait quite some time to make my next pick, which was the 21st overall Ludicolo. Now, this thing's abilities, it gets Swift Swim, which doubles its speed if there's rain. Rain Dish, which if there's rain out, then it heals 1/6 of its max HP every turn. And then Own Tempo pretty much makes it immune to Intimidate, and it cannot be confused. So I think we all know where this is going by me picking Ludicolo here. Since I'm 4th place, then there's gonna be since it's a snake draft, there's gonna be 5 people or 5 picks, and then I get to pick again. So Ludicolo, and okay, first let's take a look at its stats. It's a special attacker. Obviously, it's not the fastest Pokemon, but its Swift Swim is gonna definitely help with that. It's got decent physical side, but where this guy shines is his special side. 90 special attack and 100 special defense. Not bad at all. Now this thing makes much more sense with my 3rd pick. You guessed it. It is Politoed, the rain setter with Drizzle. Now this thing, I have ran rain before, and I usually, if not always, go with Pelipper. But at the time, I was planning on getting a different flying type, and Pelipper actually went either right before or right after Ludicolo. It might have been right after Ludicolo. So there was only one more Pokemon that got Drizzle that wasn't banned. The other was Kyogre, which that thing's banned. So I picked up Politoed. This thing has Drizzle, which summons Rain Dance when he switches in. It's got Damp, which prevents Explosion, Mind Blown, Misty Explosion, Self-Destruct, and Aftermath. And then it's got Water Absorb, where it heals 1/4 of its max HP when it's hit by water moves. If we take a look at these things' stats, it's got a pretty good special defense. I think the special like attack and defense stats are the same as Ludicolo's, which is interesting. It's got good HP, not the fastest Pokemon, but it doesn't need to be fast. It just needs to. This is more of a utility Pokemon. And yeah, I got this thing to pair with Ludicolo, so I got my Rain Core drafted. So what do I pick next? Well, let's go there. Next up, we have Rotom Heat, the 43rd overall pick. Now, this thing is Levitate, which pretty much means it cannot be hit by ground moves unless you're fighting Pokemon with like Mold Breaker or something. Now, I honestly, looking back, it's good. It has good defense stats, but its HP is pretty bad. It's got a really good special attack stat, and it's a decently fast Pokemon, not the fastest. And this thing is kind of like a defensive pivot. I think that's why I drafted it. It can run several things. It's got several options. You can run a bulky set. You can run a special attack, a sweeper set. That's what I was trying to say. So you can do things with this thing. It can't be hit by like earthquakes because of Levitate, which is neat. Even though Earthquake I think is nerfed in doubles. So yeah, I don't got a lot of reasons to draft this thing other than this thing's just pretty good. Just I don't know what to say. I don't know. I'm just gonna go to the next pick. This is Rotom Heat. My next pick is none other than Togetic. Now, I wanted to get Clefairy instead, but Clefairy was sniped, so I ended up getting Togetic, and Togekiss was obviously already chosen. This is the 50th overall pick. Now, this thing gets Hustle, which is pretty useless on Togetic, because I think what this does is it lowers your accuracy to make your attack stat stronger, your physical attack stat, which is kind of useless because Togetic is a special attacker. And then it's got Serene Grace, which pretty much, if a move has a chance to flinch, it doubles that chance to flinch, which is very annoying. I've done that so many times with Togekiss. It's so fun when you're using it, but it's so annoying when you're, having to deal with that. And then it's got Super Luck, which I'm pretty sure what that does is it raises your critical hit ratio by 1. So let's take a look at this thing. Why did I draft this? Well, it's because of Follow Me. So Follow Me, redirecting is so useful in doubles, especially when you have a Pokemon that's trying to set up and sweep, like maybe Rotom Heat with Nasty Plot, or surely Metagross gets a setup move, right? I don't know, but there's so many reasons. I don't even need to explain why Follow Me is good in doubles. Something I'm upset about is Togetic doesn't get Helping Hand, which is very unfortunate, but it's something, it's fine. So yeah, if we look at its stats, it's got a really good special defense. It's got a decent regular defense stat. That's really what matters. Its HP isn't the best, speed isn't the best, which it doesn't need to be fast. Special attack's okay, but I'm probably not going to usually run special like attacking sets. This thing's more of a support mon. So that's why I drafted this thing, and on to the next pick. So my next pick is Gengar, and I picked this thing for the typing. I didn't have a ghost nor a poison type, so I got Gengar. I actually I knew I wanted I was looking for a ground type here, but I ended up going with the poison ghost type Gengar. It's got a really good special attack stat, and it gives me the speed my team needs. Look at this. My fastest Pokemon's like Rotom Heat, and this thing gets, I think, 87 base speed stat. So this thing gives me the speed I need. Other than special attack and speed, this thing's kind of frail. It doesn't want to take an earthquake or anything like that, even though it's nerfed in doubles. It lost Levitate, I think, in Gen 8, which is very unfortunate for it. It gets Cursed Body instead, which, if it gets hit by an attack, there's a 30% chance that the move gets disabled, which may or may not be useful. It's very situational ability. But yeah, I got this thing for the typing. It gives me some good speed that I need, and it's a special attacker, which, looking at my team, I mean, other than Metagross, like, all my Pokemon are special attackers, which is not a good thing. And I didn't even address that before this, so technically, like right now, technically we're still in the draft. We're waiting on someone to make their makeup picks. So I may make some transactions in the grace period, and if so, I'm not gonna make an entire video just for that, but I just may, because I have a lot of special attackers, so we'll see. Next up, we got the Golem. Now, I was talking about having too much special attackers. Well, here we go. We have a physical attacker. Now, this thing's defense stat, oh, it's incredible, and so is the attack stat. It is really good. But the special defense stat just kind of ruins it. This thing does not want to take like a Surf, for example. It hits multiple opponents, so this thing really does not want to take a Surf. It's not the fastest Pokemon, but I think what saves it is that the sturdy ability. It doesn't need to carry a Focus Sash to be useful, because it just gets destroyed by special grass water moves, maybe like a Focus Blast or something like that. The other abilities are Rockhead, which it doesn't take recoil damage other than Struggle, Life Orb, and Crash damage. And Sandveil, which if the Sandstorm is active, then the Pokemon's evasion, I think that's what it's called. Evasion is 1.25x, I think. And it's immune to Sandstorm. It doesn't get like that chip damage. I'm pretty sure that's what Sandstorm does. So this thing gives me a physical attacker. It gives me bulk on one side. This thing can be useful. Yeah, definitely. It's got good physical stats that it can be useful. And it also does give me a rock and a ground type, so that's always good. So yeah, on to the next pick. Next up, we got another physical attacker in Absol. This thing, other than its physical attack, is not the best when it comes to stats. Pretty sure this thing's a third tier. Yeah, tier 3 out of 4. It's 87th overall pick. This gives me a dark type. It's not the fastest Pokemon, but it's pretty okay. And its abilities, one of them is Pressure, which pretty much makes the opponent use double the PP, the power points. It's got Super Luck, which raises its critical hit ratio by 1. And then Justified, which raises its attack stage by 1 if it is hit by a dark type move. Now this thing, why did I draft it? I got it for the reasons. I got reasons that I don't want to mention, because I want to use them sometime in battle. It's also, I may get rid of it. It depends. I want to go a few weeks with it, and if it's not good, then I'm probably going to drop it and get something else. But for now, this is what I got for my dark type, and on to the next pick. I got the Transformer Ditto, and I got this thing because I'm wanting to have some fun, you know, just some regular old fun, because this thing looks definitely fun to use. I mean, it transforms into your opponent. What's not fun about that? It gets Limber and a posture. Limber makes it to, it has something to do with paralysis. I think it can't be paralyzed. And if it gains the ability while paralyzed, it cures it. And then Imposter, which pretty much, when it switches in, it changes to the, it immediately transforms to the Pokemon in front of it. So in singles, there's just one Pokemon it can transform to, but in doubles, it's the Pokemon in front of it, which may or may not be a bad thing. It could be a bad thing, but you don't have to manually click transform. So that could be useful, but there could be some times where it can just screw you up. So I got this thing to have some fun. I may drop it if it's not good, but we'll see. Just like Absol, we'll see. I want to use it, and we'll see how it goes out. Okay, by this point, I don't have too many options. I can only get tier 4s, which is the lowest tier. So I got Charmeleon for a reason. Just pretty much one reason. Surely there's more reasons I could use it, but I got it for one main reason. I'm not going to say. I don't want to even talk about this thing because I don't want to give up my plans. So yeah, 108th overall pick. It gets Blaze, which powers up fire types moves when it's like 1/3 HP, I think. Then Solar Power. It has something to do with Sun. Solar power. If the sun is active, the Pokemon special attack is 1.5, and it loses 1/8 of its max HP per turn. So I got Charmeleon, and I don't want to talk about it that much because I'm afraid I'll accidentally spoil my plans. Hee hee. So on to the next, which is also the last pick. Last but not least, we got Dragonair. Now, since this is only Gens 1 through 4 Pokemon, and like it's only 4 tiers, there's not gonna be much Dragon types you can get, because the most tier 1s you can get is just 2 tier 1s, and a lot of the Dragon types are in tier 1, because like pseudo legendaries, like Dragonite and Salamence in them. So I actually was looking through tier 4. I didn't know what I wanted. I only had 50 points left, and tier 4 is 50 points, so I don't know what I want. And then I got Dragonair. I kind of didn't hesitate. I just saw Dragonair. I'm like, sure, why not? Because this thing's a Dragon type, and I wanted a Dragon type. I legitimately thought I would just go without a Dragon type because they were all like so high tiered, but I actually did get one, which actually completes a possible Steel Fairy Dragon Core. I don't know if our core is good in doubles. I don't play that much doubles. This is my second doubles league, and I'm gonna see how this goes out. So I'm not sure if cores are necessarily useful in doubles, but I know they are in singles definitely. It's got, I mean, you wouldn't expect the best stats from an NFE Pokemon, but it's got an okay attack stat. You know, they're decent. They're decent. Its abilities are Shed Skin, which, if it has 33, okay, hold up. It has a 33% chance to have its status cured at the end of each turn. And then Marvel Scale, which if this Pokemon is status, its defense is 1.5x, which is cool. It's cool. So yes, this is my what's it called? I'm sorry, NPBA Season 2 draft. I may make some changes, which I probably will. We'll see, but for now, this is my team, and I'm gonna upload hopefully every week when I hopefully do my matches. I want to upload a team builder, and then soon after that, I want to upload the actual battle for every week, and we'll see how this season goes. I'm looking forward to this season, and hopefully you tune in with it while we progress through the season. Yeah. Thank you for watching, and see you next time, hopefully in the Week 1 Team Builder.